What are you doing?
Like, oh my god.
I don't even know what's going on.
Player one. Prepare yourself.
Happy holidays! I've got a gift for you. Buy 4 tarot readings or coaching session gift codes in any combination, and you'll receive 2 additional gift codes too. So use all 6 codes for yourself or share them with friends and family as holiday gifts, stocking stuffers, or maybe even birthday presents. These don't expire, so you can feel free to use them and share them throughout the year. Merry Christmas, and thank you so much for being my friends. Hi there, Pisces. This is your weekly reading for the week of December 28th through January 3rd. Merry Christmas and happy holidays. I hope you're enjoying yourself wherever you are in the world and whatever you're doing. I wish you well. Monday, the card you've drawn is the Page of Cups in reverse, and this is a card that indicates that there could be some kind of a weird surprise. I'm not necessarily talking like the weird surprise where you get a really soft, squishy Christmas present and you open it up and it's like meatloaf or something, or socks from grandma, hand crocheted. This is more like maybe a surprise decision by your parents that you're going to spend Friday night at your aunt's house and it's far away and you already had plans with your friends to game online or to meet up somewhere online, and now this is kind of like getting screwed up and that you feel that there's not a whole lot you can do about it. I say wait it out because there's a strong possibility that you may not end up going anyway. We've got Mercury in pre-retrograde shadow, and we're in the intensified date range, which just means that it's kind of like on, so all the crazy stuff that Mercury can rule and disrupt depending on the house that it's located for you, which I will explain. Anything could happen. I had one client trying to get me to time a particular trip, and I kept telling her what I saw, and I kept hearing this woman is going to go anyway. This might be one of those things where we just have to pray and hope everything turns out well, because she's going to a country that is somewhat disharmonious. So hopefully nothing goes wrong. But you see, I really wouldn't expect it to go the way it's planned. With her, I'm thinking maybe she won't end up even getting anywhere near the airport. So we always let the universe decide, but we have to use our best judgment. The thing is that when you're a young person, a teenager, especially under 18, and living in your parents' house, which is why I always suggest that college and dormitories are fantastic, but do a couple of years at home before you leave. Trust me, it would be so much better. It's easier that way. Then, you have to use your instinct to know what it is that's a good idea and what isn't. There's kind of an old saying about things that you can't control to just let them do what they do. Voice your opinion if it's appropriate, but don't get yourself in trouble, because this week a lot of us could inadvertently say things that could come across as combative or somebody's taking it very oversensitively, that kind of thing. On Tuesday, we have the Strength card, and this is a card that says, be patient. You don't need to get combative. You don't need to argue. You don't need to get upset about anything. Just trust that the universe knows what's best for you, and it will do that. It will totally match whatever you need to happen with what would help you evolve. It doesn't mean that, well, I'm just going to go shoot heroin because no, those are, again, those kind of obvious things that drugs are bad. People can be bad. Drugs are bad too, so that's not what I mean. I mean, like the path of least resistance being that you go, okay, so my parents are going to ship me off to my aunt's house and I didn't want to be there, but here I am. So with that said, just keep in mind that you need to keep yourself in check, because I think that it could cause you some outbursts as well. So just don't do it. On Tuesday, we also have the sun in Capricorn, which is your solar 11th house of your friends and groups, your posse, your tribe, the people you're in the Kiwanis club with, or the drama club with, or no club with, and you and your friends hang out and study, or you and the people that you interact with online. Neptune in Pisces, it's making a sextile to that, which is for the purpose of this reading, your solar first house. And so this is nice because it kind of lends a wishful, hopeful feeling about everything positive. But again, remember, drugs are bad. And so I could never tell you that drugs are good. Drugs are always bad, unless your doctor prescribes it. And then even so, everybody needs to double check everything to make sure that it's going the way it should. So with that said, you should be feeling good. Don't get near the substances, and people on substances, get away. If they get picked up by the cops and you're guilty by association, and then we all have to vouch for you, hopefully, then you'll have to stay away from them anyway. But just remember, people with substance issues and you don't mix this week ever. How about never ever in your life? Mercury in Capricorn will, again, that's your 11th house, square Mars in Libra, which is your solar, 8th house of the benefits that come from being in a partnership with somebody. So since obviously you people won't be married, this will be your friends, your best friend, the people you hang out with. It could even be a sibling for the purpose of this reading, which is, of course, because again, you're not married and probably not living with a boyfriend or girlfriend, because none of that should happen until you're in your 30s anyway. Trust me on this. I'm old enough and able to turn around, and I'm still alive and go, oh my God, I didn't have anybody helping me. I really had to figure this out on my own. So this kind of square conversation is where you and a friend might end up arguing about how some resources are to be apportioned or shared, or even some promises that you made about what you were going to do, and then it was going to require your part, because let's just say you're the transportation and then you suddenly can't go because you're going to your aunt's house. You get it? Or you were supposed to kick in some birthday money to buy a thing that you guys were all getting together on. This is not the week to do it, and it may not go well. So don't let personal feelings get in the way, regardless of what's going on. Just what I mean by not letting your personal feelings, those are the same ones that could bubble up and upset you, and you could say a lot of truths in your opinion, and then it causes problems with people. It's just not worth having this kind of aggravation. Just let it pass. If they can't understand that you can't and that you apologize, but things just happen, then let it just fall away. Wednesday, we have the King of Swords, and he could be an air sign male or a very masculine female. And so this could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or it could be their rising sign, or they're just the ones with the cutting, murderous words. And so this person might be the one that we're looking at, that the kind of aggravation or irritation is coming from. Now, with that said, Venus and Scorpio, again, your solar 9th house of higher learning, college, even the grade above you, because you're young people, so this would be represented there as well, and or your spiritual beliefs, your philosophies about life. You have your own, you guys are entitled to all of your own opinions, even if, we know you're forming them. We know you're practicing with them. We know that you're making up your mind about things. You can't know what a 50-year-old knows because you're not 50. And even if you've been around 550-year-olds, it doesn't change anything. It's not It's not going to give you that insight that only experience can give you. We're just trying to keep each other from getting killed or ending up dead, or behind a dumpster with a needle in the leg. That's the kind of experience we're supposed to avoid because we could end up dead. So this Venus in Scorpio will semi-square this Pluto and Capricorn in your 11th house. And so there is some kind of a problem here with, again, this idea about who's going where. Most likely somebody ends up dropping out from the group of friends that was supposed to do something. There could be an issue about trying to get rid of friends, or friendships are kind of ending or transforming. Don't fear the transformation. If it's not fair and you didn't do this thing or say this thing that somebody says, or vice versa, you say somebody did that thing or said that thing, release it and let the transformation show you what the next stage of the bigger picture really is. These little niggling kind of like irritating energies really aren't necessary putting more energy into. Just go whatever, go with the flow, let it ride off your back, just let it go. Venus will enter Sagittarius, and so we are on our way to having a more expansive, more comfortable worldview, group view, higher up view from a different perch anyway. Thursday, we have the Magician in reverse, and this is a card that indicates that you're feeling powerless, my friend. And it could be that you're like, I know how to do this, and they just took the responsibility from me. I thought I could get this done. I didn't know I was going to cause this problem, or that it was not going to work out this way. How could I know? So this is the same day that Venus in Sagittarius is making a sesquiquadrant or sesquisquare aspect to Uranus and Aries. Again, Sagittarius, your solar 10th house of your reputation, your fame, and then Uranus in Aries, your solar 2nd house of money and resources and possessions, your stuff. And so there is a kind of, what's the word I want to use? I don't know if I want to use tension. There's an aggravation that whatever these conflicts are between your reputation and the money, or the friends, and the friends who said something in your reputation now, and you're like, I had the money, my parents wouldn't let me use it. You might have to just say, that is what it is, and if you can't accept it, I'm sorry, but you're not really loving me enough if you're just saying that I didn't do this or did do that on purpose. Okay, so sometimes we have to resolve the conflict, but don't create more of a mountainous molehill, if you will. Don't make it bigger than it is, just resolve it. Think like what your favorite idea of some particular adult who has things under control. Not the gangbanger adult relative or something. I mean like the one who's upstanding and very much on track and their life shows it, okay? Think about how they'd react, or maybe ask them for advice and say, if you had a situation like this, how would you respond if you were in my age, my position, my situation? And then they will give you very good advice. I promise that will help you handle things a lot better. Friday, we've got the Queen of Pentacles. This is probably the person who could give you the right advice. Again, don't be talking to adults who you met on the internet. You don't know who they are. People get killed all the time like this. You could watch the crime stories on YouTube and you will see what I mean. And I don't want to scare you. I'm just always going to reaffirm to you that not everybody is nice. Okay, not everybody's trying to help you. Most of them are going to try to touch you or kill you. Okay, so just remember that if there's a safe and sane person that you already know, that you trust, then this person could probably give you some really good advice. So the Queen of Pentacles could be an earth sign, so she could be of Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and so, or rising signs, or just the general trait. Somebody's got their life together and they've got, a really great career. They have a degree, or they represent financial stability to you. This is a practical kind of person, so they're going to give you very practical advice. Mercury will move into Aquarius, which is your solar 12th house, and that's great because it'll get you thinking more, at least for a blink in a moment in time, because it's about to go retrograde back into Capricorn. But Mercury will, in the 12th house, help you kind of think about why people do what they do. How did it make you feel, and how did you handle it? Did you handle it with dignity and responsibility, or did you handle it by trying to escape it, or did you handle it without causing more trouble, thereby avoiding the typical 12th house problems of self-undoing, where you cause more harm than good? So, and remember, it would just be on you. So I would just let it all go. The Mercury retrograde, pre-retrograde phase is intensified again. So again, just think about this. Communications could be all over the place. So what's the point of having a deep discussion unless that person is wanting the deep discussion and is one of those people that is willingly agreeing to disagree, where you're like, yeah, we don't see it the same way, but we love each other. Who cares? Saturday, we have the Nine of Swords, and this is a card that indicates there's some situation that's causing you some anxiety. I believe it's coming from your subconscious, some fears, more anxieties that are more intensified because of your age, not because of your situation. It's just that they become more anxiety provoking. I've been everything and pretty much down in the bottom of a well, just the deepest, darkest places. And I realized in the end that it made me so strong and so brave, because once you face the worst, there's nothing else to fear. And again, keep in mind, pre-Mercury retrograde phase is intensified. Sunday, we have the Justice card in reverse, and this indicates that you're feeling that you didn't get a fair shake, or you were treated unjustly, you were treated unfairly, and you probably were. I have to say, with the Justice card in reverse, you probably were. What are you going to do about it? You can't kick and scream, make things worse, punch a hole in the wall, or draw on the wall, or do something terrible, because it's not going to change anything. Just go with the flow and relax, and the universe will make its corrections or indicate to you what it is that just happened so that you can learn from it. Mars will also be moving into Scorpio, again, your solar ninth house, and you'll be getting a better picture. It will give you some time to rethink things. We're going to be rethinking and redoing a lot of things. The Justice card in reverse could help you redo things to understand where it went wrong, and it could help you understand where you need to continue to evolve your thinking, my friends, so that you can become more and more responsible, more universally aware, and much more proactive without needing to react to anyone at all. I wish you a happy new year, and I'll be talking to you soon.